Let me ask you something simple. What does Christmas do to you? Maybe you're the person who starts counting down in October. You can't wait for the first decorated house, the first time you hear Mariah Carey, the first excuse to pull out the hot chocolate. December hits, and you feel switched on, more alive than you've felt all year. Or maybe you're the opposite. The calendar turns and something in you goes dim. The expectations, the forced cheer, the logistics. You do the things, but nothing lands. Everyone else looks lit from within. And you feel like you're outside a party you were told to love. Or maybe you live in the middle. Some years it's pure magic. Other years it's strangely hollow. The same lights, the same songs, totally different feeling. Here's what's interesting. All three experiences, the joy, the emptiness, and the inconsistency, point to the same psychological truth. Christmas isn't only a holiday. It's an ancient human technology, refined over thousands of winters, designed to activate deep systems in the brain. Whether you feel everything, nothing, or something in between, you're responding to forces older than any one culture. And once you see what's happening under the tinsel, December won't feel quite the same. Meet Maya. She's 35, teaches school in Portland. The day after Thanksgiving, she transforms her place. Lights over the kitchen window, cocoa from scratch, multiple playlists. December feels like being plugged into a larger circuit. Now David, he's 42, works in finance outside Chicago. Mid-December brings familiar dread. The office party he should attend, the gifts he should remember, the cheer he should perform. He goes through the motions, but it feels forced. Social feeds glow with other people's joy, which turns up the volume on his isolation. Same holiday, same culture, but completely opposite realities. Therefore, something deeper is at work. To understand why, go back 10,000 years, Northern Europe. The days shrink for months, darker, colder. This isn't poetic darkness. It's survival risk. A question sits in your chest. What if the light never returns? Then, around the winter solstice, the days stop shrinking, light begins to grow again. The sun is symbolically reborn, with it, hope. Every ancient civilization marked this moment. Romans feasted at Saturnalia. Norse burned Yule logs. Persians honored the unconquered sun. Different names, but the same plot. Light over darkness. Life over death. Community over isolation. Therefore, when Christianity spread across Europe, it didn't erase these patterns, it absorbed them. The December date overlapped older celebrations of returning light. Evergreens moved indoors. Candles multiplied. Gifts passed hand to hand. These weren't just pleasant customs. They were psychological tools creating artificial summer, warmth and light and togetherness, right when the outside world offered none. That's why Maya lights up when she decorates. She's triggering deeply learned associations that pair with safety and belonging. She's participating in an old technology of hope. So why doesn't David's system respond? In 2015, researchers at the University of Copenhagen scanned people's brains while showing them Christmas images. They discovered a Christmas spirit network, specific brain regions that light up exclusively for people who celebrate Christmas. These areas link to spirituality and social bonding. But this network doesn't activate equally in everyone. In Maya, it fires intensely. In David, it barely flickers. Here's why. From birth to about age 12, repeated experiences build strong neural pathways. Christmas is the most repeated, predictably structured event in many childhoods. Same songs, same smells, same lights, often in the same rooms. If your childhood Decembers were warm and safe, your brain linked those cues to love. December arrives, and those old roads light up automatically. But if your childhood Decembers were tense, conflict, grief, unpredictability, your brain mapped December differently. It associated the cues with vigilance. Therefore, David isn't broken. His brain learned differently, and it remembers. There's another layer. Even people with good wiring feel flat sometimes, not because pathways disappeared, but because the system is out of fuel. Chronic stress, deadlines, caretaking load, each drains the tank. In that depleted state, the systems supporting joy have less to work with. The wiring is intact, the current is weak. There's a word for that, anhedonia. the temporary inability to feel pleasure. Now think about a moment from history. Christmas Eve, 1914, on the Western Front. German and British soldiers had been trying to kill each other for months. As evening fell, a melody drifted across the frozen space. Silent Night. The other side recognized it and joined. Therefore, soldiers climbed out of trenches and met in the middle. They traded chocolate, showed photos of family, kicked a soccer ball for hours. The machinery of violence jammed. That night shows what this season touches when it works, the systems inside us that remember we belong to each other. So what do we do with all of this? First, let yourself feel what you actually feel. If Christmas fills you with joy, receive it without apology. Your nervous system is cooperating with a very old design. If Christmas brings anxiety or numbness, that's not a malfunction either. You're not failing the season. You're telling the truth of your body. Second, stop chasing a feeling. Start creating conditions where good things tend to happen. Keep it small and repeatable. Choose one obligation to remove. Protect 15 minutes of no-phone presence at one meal. Replace one object gift with a time gift, a slow walk, an unhurried coffee, a handwritten note. Build one micro-tradition that's yours. A candle you light when you get home. A 3-song playlist. 5 minutes by the lights after everyone's asleep. Small isn't lesser. Small is repeatable. Repetition is how the brain learns safety. Maya experiments this year. She keeps the wreath and playlists, but schedules 20 device-free minutes every evening with just the tree lights and a blanket. Fewer inputs, more presence. The same songs feel deeper. And David? He texts one friend and sets up coffee with a simple rule. No small talk. One true thing each. The conversation is slightly awkward and completely real. On the drive home, something loosens. Not magic. Movement. Neither story is cinematic. That's the point. Nervous systems rewire through small, safe, repeatable experiences. Winter rituals were never about spectacle. They were about keeping the flame alive. Here's the truth. Christmas won't feel like it did when you were 8. It can't. Your brain is different now. You carry more responsibility, more grief, more memory, but that doesn't mean the season can't be meaningful. It means meaning will come from different places. Maybe the magic now isn't in the lights themselves, but in hanging them with your daughter. Maybe it isn't in a perfect morning, but in the quiet of Christmas Eve when you realize you made it through another year, still trying, still capable of love. Maybe magic isn't a feeling that descends like snow. Maybe it's a choice made in small ways. Noticing the light, creating warmth, offering attention, telling the truth about where you are, under all the songs and sails. This time of year is still doing the same old job, keeping humans human through the longest night. It does it with light, with scent, with music, and with the feeling of being near other beating hearts. When the cues line up with your wiring, it can feel like magic. When they don't, it can feel like silence. Both are honest. Both belong. So stop forcing yourself to feel what you think you should. Honor what you actually feel. Then make one small condition for connection or rest, and keep making it. The gift underneath the others isn't perfect happiness. It's the quiet recognition that you are human, capable of carrying joy and sadness, emptiness and hope, all at once. That capacity isn't a flaw, it's the design. You don't have to wait for a feeling to arrive. You already are the feeling. Maybe that's what this season has been whispering all along. Not the lights themselves, but what happens when you finally stop long enough to see them. Not the magic you chase, but the magic you practice. Not perfection, but presence. Winter is long, we've endured longer, the light returns, until it does. We keep making it for each other. String by string, song by song, hand to hand.